In this lesson, we'll take a look at getting our geometry from Cinema 4D into ZBrush. So let's go ahead and I'm going to just jump into ZBrush here. And so one of the ways that we can get geometry back and forth with Cinema 4D here in ZBrush 4 is to use GoZ. And so we'll just take a quick look at setting that up. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to jump into the preferences. And under GoZ, you can see we have paths to our different software applications. Let's go ahead and choose Path to Cinema 4D. And there we want to select the version of Cinema 4D that we have installed. I will go ahead and select this this version here. And so you want to just select that whatever version you want to associate ZBrush with. Okay. Now let's go ahead and jump into Cinema 4D. Let's go to Window, Script Manager, and we have this Go ZBrush from Cinema 4D script. And so I'm just going to grab this icon and I'm just going to drag it up here so that I can access this. And this is going to allow us to bring geometry from Cinema 4D back into ZBrush. Okay, and so in ZBrush, the Go Z buttons are located up here. Okay, let me just draw this out really quickly just as an example. And then you'll select with this R, you'll select the application that you want to use. So in this case, we want to use Cinema 4D. So I'll go ahead and select that. And so whenever we use GoZ now, until we change that application, we're going to be using Cinema 4D. All right. So let's go back into Cinema 4D. Now to get this geometry out, if you don't want to use GoZ, that's fine. You just need to go ahead and export these. And so exporting these pieces, we want to go to File, Export, and then you can see we have a number of different options here to be able to export. But you can go ahead and just export this OBJ, and that will be you'll be able to then go into ZBrush and go to Import, and then you'll be able to import the OBJ that you have that you've saved out. Okay, so that's one way to go. We're going to actually use GoZ to do this. And so let's select all of our objects. So we'll select the guard, the blade, and the grip. We've got all of those objects selected. So let's simply say GoZ. Okay, and there you can see, go ahead and get rid of that sphere. You can see that our geometry's automatically been loaded up into ZBrush, and we have everything located in a single Z tool. All the blade, the guard, and the grip are subtools. If you want to move and make the blade the top subtool, you can go ahead and move that up if you want, whatever piece you want to be the top. Okay, and so this has automatically assembled our geometry for us from Cinema 4D, and you can see that geometry is the same here in ZBrush. Okay. And so you would want to do the same thing if you were to go ahead and import the OBJs. You would want to import those and then probably append them into a single Z tool. So really, GoZ just saves a lot of time because you're able to bring this geometry really quickly in. And then when you make changes, and we'll look at this a little bit later, for whatever reason you want to bring this geometry back to Cinema 4D, all you have to do is GoZ up here. And so these two buttons, this one and this one, make things really easy in getting geometry back and forth between an application like Cinema 4D, where you may be comfortable doing a lot of your base modeling, and then to something like ZBrush, well, you may be more comfortable doing, adding detail, things like that, doing sculpting, making all of your maps, and then bringing those back into Cinema 4D for animation, rendering, whatever it is you want to do. So these applications now work really well together. Okay, so once we've got our geometry now here in ZBrush, the next thing that we want to do is to start doing some sculpting work. So the first thing that we'll do, and we'll do this in the next lesson, is to actually add the sharpness of the blade and do a little bit of shaping on that. All right, so we'll go ahead and start to do that in the next lesson.